this place. Nothing good ever happens right here. So let's go where the sun does shine. Sun does shine. You did.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Signature Cocktail with Kyle Hamman. I am indeed Kyle Hamman, and tonight our signature guest is Erick Esteban. But before we get to Erick Esteban, I want to say hi to the folks who are also in the hour of happy. That's. Oh, I did it right. There we go. There's the hour of happy. There it is. So, Erick Esteban, welcome to the Signature Cocktail. How are you, sir?
What is up,
There he is.
my friend? There's a delay, just so you know, because my internet
Why?
signal it's I don't know. I think the tech guys told me that I guess it's being routed from the Mars rover, and every time it moves a rock, there's a delay.
So it's from the Mars rover, not the Mars station.
Yeah, it's being
or the
routed
but
from
like
Mars
the-
to Burbank to Zoom. I'm not even sure, but whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll work through it, just like we do with all the
gonna
theater
roll with
stuff
it.
that we did. We'll roll with it. We'll do it. We're good. We're good. It's all good.
Well, speaking of all this theater stuff that we did and rolling with it, so we were having a conversation about how we met, and we know for sure that you did a show at Straw Dog Theater Company, and so we became friends there. And I have to remind you that we met before that, and you were not sure where that was, right?
That's right, because like I said, I've lived in California now for 15 years, and medical marijuana has been legal since the 90s here, so that's been a lot. I don't remember much.
So I'm going to give you a hint, and the hint is that tonight is October 29th, so there's a lot of haunted Halloween-y kind of stuff going on, and so I will say maybe you remember this song, "We Are the Spirits
Oh my goodness!
of Chicago."
The Haunted L.
Yes.
How could I forget the Haunted L? Oh,
Oh.
was it how many?
We
was
did the
that
haunt-
like three Halloweens, 3 Octobers?
Yeah. So I think it was two or
Yeah.
three. I didn't do the third, I bowed out because I then was dating my wife, and I took my wife, my girlfriend at the time, I took her and we went and watched it, but I wasn't performing in it. But that's how we met originally. We did the Haunted L together, which is, for those of you not in Chicago, the L train drives around downtown Chicago, and we would haunt it. We were ghosts, and we would sing songs for the kids, and it was fun. Super
You know
fun.
how many years I dealt with acne with that makeup that we use for Haunted L?
Yes.
I had
It
to
was a
visit
mess.
3 dermatologists out here in LA to get rid of my adult acne because of the Haunted L.
Well, I'm sorry that the now defunct theater company is no longer able. You can't sue them, but what you can do
I'm not
is
gonna
make
sue
yourself
anybody.
a drink.
I'm not gonna
We can
sue
have
anybody
ourselves a
for some
drink.
pimples. But are we making this drink now?
Yeah, let's. I mean,
right.
we can also talk about so you mentioned real quick. I just want to say also we did theater stuff here in Chicago, but now, like you mentioned, you're out in L.A. and you're doing stand-up comedy now, right?
Yeah, but I'm still trying to do theater and acting and that too, but the stand-up comedy is just kind of taken off. So I've kind of just started doing that as much as I do all the other stuff. It's pretty cool. It's actually been almost like almost a second wind to the whole career. So it's been a blessing. Past 6 years,
Awesome.
It's been great.
I love. And you'll be coming back into Chicago here in a couple of weeks at Zany's, and so we'll
Yep.
figure out how to promote you doing all of that stuff. We'll put it.
that'd
in the
be great.
chat
Yeah,
or
I
the
love that.
description or the whatever. I don't know. But anyway,
We'll figure that out.
yeah, so now,
That's not till December anyway, so we're good. Don't worry about that. We should concentrate on this
let's-
margarita.
concentrate on the margarita. So you were just mentioning that I got everything prepped and I made some lime juice from concentrate. But tell me what else? Not from concentrate. Like, it's from limes, not from concentrate.
Right. It's from limes, from fresh limes. Because I flexed when I shared you my recipe that normally I do limes from my lime garden in the backyard because I live in California. And I discovered that I have limes during lime season and lemons during lemon season. I have a citrus garden in my backyard. It's incredible.
Nice.
I'm never coming back, Chicago. I'm sorry.
What are we making? What are we doing? Talk to me.
So we're making my favorite Cadillac margarita. So you're gonna need 2 ounces. You're gonna have your cocktail shaker, 2 ounces, give or take, of tequila. Today we're using Milagros, even though, because apparently Patron is missing in action in LA. And then I put the ice on after that just to see how much liquor I have.
So did you already pour your booze?
I put the tequila in there already. I love it.
Working
I love
fast.
it.
All right.
Really, whatever tequila you want to use is what you use. I mean, this right now was on sale at Bevmo.
It's at the Jules.
Yeah, this was on sale at the Bevmo out here, so that's what I got because they didn't have my Patron. So then I like to splash the OJ, and it's really just a splash. So I'm gonna try and show you. That's it, just a splash. Not much. Just a little bit. Really, just a little bit.
Like a little splash. All right, I gotta get to the splash part. First, I gotta do the tequila. Oh, I just spilled it all over the place. I have to.
Oh, bro, you spilled tequila?
I made a mess. Yeah, that's not good.
Let's
see if I can pour it into the thing.
You got like matching cocktail and pots and pans.
That's how much.
That's a nice setup.
That's how much.
Do you invest in that during the quarantine?
I did.
I love it.
At Kit Bar Supply in Chicago, I got most of this stuff because I wanted to. I didn't have a bar, or I had a bar, but I didn't have any of the stuff or drinks to go, like booze or anything. I just would drink beer out of the fridge. But so during the pandemic, I was like, I'm gonna trick this out. So now here we are.
Well, we were talking during the pandemic. We didn't used to buy our alcohol at Costco.
That's a new development, buying Costco.
That's a new development for me, too.
Yeah,
I never used to buy bottles of tequila. I thought it was gonna look bad if I just used my big bottle of Costco tequila here for my margarita.
Hey man, we're all friends
I feel
here.
You though.
It's all good.
I know, but I thought Milagros would be better anyway, and it's a nice thing it's delicious. So we got the splash of OJ in there, and we got the tequila in there, and we got the ice.
All right, splash of OJ coming up. Here we go.
There we go.
Too much. Just enough. Perfect.
I think I might put a little bit more ice in this one.
All right.
I mean, this is a really easy drink to make.
Yeah.
So and then you got your splash of OJ, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now
I got it.
Take your lime juice. I'm gonna use, because I didn't freshly squeeze any limes. I just have the limes that I picked from my garden, but I didn't have time. Mm-hmm. But you made time, and you have the freshly squeezed lime juice, and just pour that all in there. The whole thing, because whatever you made is probably about a cup.
And
right?
It's not even a cup, but yeah, that wouldn't be.
Maybe add a little bit of water to it to make it. Yeah, add a little bit of water to it, just because that's a little bit of that'd be too concentrated.
I forgot to add the water. That's what
it is.
That's what I forgot to do.
But you had the simple syrup in there already, right?
Yeah. You know what simple syrup is?
Sugar and water.
There it is. That's what I was waiting
spoons
for.
Like me.
Yeah, we're getting fancy here. We're like.
See, when I was in Cabo San Lucas, I had the best margaritas in my life, and the dude that would make them always said, "Don't shake them, stir them." So we're the opposite of James Bond. We stir, we don't shake.
Well, all right.
And I feel like
All right,
this
I'm
is cool
pouring it.
too. I like this. This is a cool vibe for me while I'm making my drink, just stirring it.
Just like this.
It's cool, dude. I feel cool. Like I got my bar that my dad gave us when we moved into the place. And, and then my sister gave me all this stuff from when she moved. My sister moved to Hawaii because they're opening up a store in Hawaii. They have 2 stores here in LA, Broome Street General Store. Now they're opening up another one in Hawaii. So,
Yeah, you were telling me.
we're just trying to do it out here.
When you first turned your camera on, I was like, I love your setup, man. You look nice. This is like the setup. Like you got your patio bar and like, yeah.
I've
you got the
been
California.
very lucky out here, bro.
You got the
I really have been
California
very lucky out
patio
here.
set up. I've got the Chicago basement bar set up.
Listen. I gotta say though, I'm homesick all the time. Even with all the palm trees and the sunshine and everything else, there's really nothing like Chicago, no matter where it is. It's Chicago.
I love it.
But now I'm
And
just
you
gonna pour it
also,
into the cup.
speaking of your setup, you've got your little He-Man guy on your bar. I love it.
Oh yeah, no, Trapjaw was the first He-Man character that I bought other than He-Man. And when I told that story to my kids, they bought this for me for my birthday. So I thought he'd be a nice little addition to the shot.
Oh, I forgot to rim it.
I totally forgot about Haunted L, man.
How can you forget the Haunted L, which was, it was a seminal moment in my Chicago theater career because I think it was one of the first.
It was a seminal moment in all our lives, homie.
Paid
because there were some people who would get on that
gig.
train. No, but they would get on that train and they wouldn't realize that there was going to be a play on the train and they were like trying to get to their stop. Those were my favorite people. They're like, what the hell is going on here?
What did
and why is this dude got makeup on? It's
funny because it's true. Now, those people were so.
Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite guests. Because you'd see the look on their face. Huh?
Yeah. I forgot to rim
see the look on their
Margarita, the glass.
Oh, I didn't rim the glass yet. Shit. Hold on. Reverse. Gotta rim the glass with some lime and salt. I wanted to do that first, and I'm all turned around because of the tech.
Because the Mars rover has got you all backed up and being crazy.
It does, but we're gonna figure this out. There's some salt on there.
See, I got
we kind of messed that up a little bit, but the salt goes on
We're
first.
Gonna get there.
Salt goes on first. There you go, right here. See?
Focus.
Salt first. Then you've got your cocktail. Then you can pour the cocktail into the salted rimmed glass.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
See, you got a you got yourself a big margarita. That's why you were talking about.
Look, I don't mess around. I need to get through at least 2 episodes of Squid Game with 1 margarita. So then after you get it in, look at your cup. I love your cup. It's a Chicago cup.
Yeah, it is.
I love that. I love that. You know what? I think in December when I come back to Chicago, I might have to go and get a tattoo of that flag.
Oh, there you
somewhere
go.
on my body.
I was just talking to Sky about the 4 stars and what they represent. Okay, here we go. All right, I think I got everything.
Are we ready with our Grand Marnier?
I need a sip.
We got the Grand Marnier.
I didn't leave room.
Take a sip. It's okay. There you go.
Get this out of the way and make some.
I love it.
That's like the pre-taste.
Yeah, how does it taste so far?
So far, so good.
So far, so good?
I'm trying to get the focus here. Oh, my camera. It's fighting me. It's not.
Let me see if I can get focus on my Grand Marnier, because this is what makes the Cadillac the Cadillac. is the splash, not the splash, but the float of Grand Marnier on the top.
Oh,
Woo!
okay. That's the thing that makes it Grand Marnier or Cadillac.
That's what makes it Cadillac, because you just had what you
Ah.
tasted first was
Was
that
just
was just a margarita, but
There
now
you go.
it's a Cadillac. Cheers, my friend.
I got to get my splash on there. Hang on. This thing doesn't want to open. I got to get my Grand Marnier open.
Oh man, I had it put in there with a little cocktail thing. See, because I'm ready. This is my favorite drink. I make it every day, almost.
See, my normal go-to margarita is a pickle juice margarita.
Pickle juice.
Oh,
with pickle juice.
yeah. It's the best. All right, now I got it. I got the Grand Marnier in there, but it's not floating on top. It just went in.
Well, because see, you
well.
have to have one of these things to like spin it. That because I learned that at
I
Bubba
need
Gump.
to get me a Bubba Gump.
Because then you get that
Which
little
you
weird,
started in
weird spinner thing on the top.
You started in Chicago and then went to L.A. playing Bubba Gump, but look what I just found in the fridge.
I know you found a Bubba Gump shaker so that you could traumatize me. That's cool. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm a
I'm a working stand-up comedian now, Kyle. I don't have to worry about bartending at Bubba Gump anymore. Okay?
Right on. Yes, you are a working stand-up comedian.
No, to be honest, man, the days at Bubba Gump were pretty crazy and awesome. To be really cool. Like that was probably one of my funnest jobs I ever had. That was and it was a trip because there are some R-rated stories that I could tell about that place.
Well,
that I won't tell because it's a family show, and Sky told me your kids would be watching, so I won't tell them.
So we can go tell that story in the hour of happy, which we're going to go to after we're finished doing this show. So we're going to cheers now and go to the hour of happy. We can tell the stories of the R-rated stories, but for now we're going to let these people go enjoy their weekend.
Stories in the hour of happy?
Yeah, we can totally. So,
here's
but for
the R-rated stories.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Signature Cocktail. Oh, first I got to cheers and I got to drink. Okay. I taste it. I taste
the Cadillac.
I taste the Cadillac. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. You got to have the Cadillac in there. Once you got that Cadillac, boom, it's delicious.
It makes it a Cadillac. All right.
And
cheers,
it's fancy.
Everybody.
That's why it's an extra $3.
Have a good weekend, everybody. And we'll see you at the hour of happy. Cheers.
Cheers.